Hi, friend. Sit back and let me tell you how to survive when you have a ton of subjects piling up on you. You know that feeling when you're sitting there studying math and the thought is already knocking in your head. Oh, tomorrow's history exam. And then you start to panic because you haven't touched your science notes yet. Sound familiar? Oh, well, don't worry, I've been there too. But you know what? It's all fixable. Let's figure out together how to study a lot of things and not go crazy. Why does studying multiple subjects seem so difficult? 1. The brain prefers order, not chaos. Imagine watching 4 shows on Netflix at once. Nothing makes sense, right? The same thing happens when you try to cram math, English, history, and physics at the same time. Your brain just gets stuck. Scientists call this task switching, and it's incredibly inefficient. Research shows that constant switching can reduce productivity by as much as 40%. Wow, huh? So if you're jumping from subject to subject without a plan, you're setting yourself up for failure. 2. We're using the wrong methods. Honestly, did anyone ever teach us how to study properly? Most of us just cram everything the night before an exam or reread our notes, thinking that it will help us remember. But in reality, it's almost useless. Research shows that these approaches are a complete failure. Cramming and rereading are like trying to build a house out of sand. It seems like there's something there, but as soon as the wind blows, it all collapses. 3rd, time stress. When deadlines, assignments, and exams are looming, it's easy to panic. And instead of concentrating, we start scrolling through social media endlessly or just sitting in a stupor. I know because I've been there, but there is a way out. How to do it all without going crazy. 1. Divide your time. Forget about chaotic switching between subjects. Use time blocking instead. For example, you have 3 hours to study tonight. Divide them like this: 30 minutes for science, 30 minutes for history, 10 minutes of rest. Yes, rest is important. 30 minutes for physics, 40 minutes for math, 40 minutes for English. This way, you give your brain a clear plan, and it knows what to focus on. Plus, variety makes the process more interesting. 2. Prioritize. Not all subjects are equally important. If you have a history exam tomorrow and a math test in a week, focus on history. Once you've mastered that, move on to the next one. Simple, right? 3rd, alternate subjects. Cramming one topic for too long is a surefire way to burnout. It's better to alternate between different subjects. After math, move on to English, then history. This helps keep your thinking fresh and helps you remember the material better. 4. Use active recall. One of the most powerful life hacks is to test yourself on the material. Flashcards, practice questions, explaining the material to someone else. All of this works. And also spaced repetition. Study today, repeat tomorrow, then in 3 days. There are cool apps like Anki or Quizlet. They help automate this process. 5. Create rituals. To get into work mode, create your own little rituals. For example, clear your desk, light a candle. Yes, this really works. Or make yourself a cup of your favorite tea. The brain will begin to associate these actions with studying, and it will be easier to get into the flow. Psychological life hacks. 1. Don't chase the ideal. The desire to be perfect in everything is a direct path to burnout. Instead, focus on progress. For example, if math is difficult, solve one more problem than yesterday. Small steps lead to big results. 2. Find the meaning. If you don't understand why you are studying a subject, it will seem meaningless. Think about how science explains the world around you, how history helps you understand people, and how math helps you solve real-life problems. When you find a connection with life, studying becomes more interesting. 3. Treat studying as a workout. Imagine that studying is a gym for your brain. You don't complain about lifting weights because you know that it develops strength. The same goes for studying. It trains your brain to cope with challenges. Instead of must, think I can. You are developing skills that will be useful in life. Real-life examples I remember once studying for 5 exams at once. It was scary. I started by making a schedule. Math in the morning because my brain is fresh. History in the afternoon because you can study it even during lunch. English in the evening because it helps you relax. And you know what? It worked. The main thing is not to panic and act according to the plan. Another life hack. I always explain the material to someone else. Sometimes it was my cat, sometimes a friend. But the fact remains, If you can explain something in simple words, then you really understand it. Little tricks for big success. Use colors. Highlight important points with markers of different colors. This helps you remember better. Create a playlist. Instrumental music is a great background for studying. Take breaks. The Pomodoro method, 25 minutes of study, 5 minutes of rest, is a godsend. Reward yourself. Have you learned the topic? Great. Eat a chocolate bar or watch an episode of your favorite TV series. That's the way it is, my friend. Studying is not a sprint, but a marathon. The main thing is to act gradually, find your rhythm, and don't forget to rest. You can definitely do it. And if you get stuck somewhere, write, we'll figure it out together. P.S. Now I'm going to make coffee. They say it's a great workout for patience.